Well, g'day fishers. It's Friday morning, which means it is fishing report time. Sorry for last week. In my absence, I was actually away. I was actually working. We're away at a AFTA conference, so Australian Fishing Trade Association conference and Tackle World conference, and I can tell you there is some cracking products coming into the market this year. To be honest with you, can't remember everything, but the good news is we've got some of it filtering through already, so our shop is filling quick. Some of the new stuff, new little Sedona arrived yesterday, cracking little reel. That thing almost looks like a Stratic, and it's actually a Sedona. New little Sedona's arrived. New Ed has arrived from Daiwa. New lure from Daiwa. This little guy here, can't pronounce the name of it, Sawashara, whatever it is, some Japanese lure. These little guys are going to be a hit with Salmon and Tailor off the beach, Longtails. They're a sinking hard body casting lure, so they're going to be unreal on the wall now. And of course, the new Crush City plastics from Rapala. These little guys, absolutely amazing. Should see them in the water. I actually tested one. Sensational. All on the wall now. So new stuff coming through. There is so much coming through. We're going to have new Loomis rods arriving very, very soon. I think in the next couple of days. So you're going to be busy putting new stock on the walls. Fantastic. So what's been happening around Port Stephens fishing wise? It has been a sensational winter. The weather's been unbelievable. So like at the moment, the other day, 25 degrees, 21 degrees, 22 degrees. It is great. You can just wear a jumper, shorts, t-shirt, bring on winter if it's going to stay like this. And we're just around the corner of spring, which means some good fishing coming up in the estuary. Speaking of which, I spoke to Mark Smackett during the week. He was casting our little armory anchovy, our little 18 gram. All he did was change the hook on it, 23 kilo longtail inside the bay. Longtails this time of year in August, sensational. That's an amazing fish inside the bay. So cracking longtail. They have been around, although being very, very skittish. You've got to be Johnny on the spot. In saying that though, there has been Salmon and Tailor and Bonito on the lower half of the bay. A lot around Little Beach in that sanctuary zone, but if you can manage to cast offshore there, you will catch some really good Bonito, Salmon and Tailor there. You'll see the birds working. So those little armour anchovies, especially that sort of 11 gram to 18 gram has been doing the trick there. So pelagic inside the bay in August, though. We used to get mac tuna in the bay in August. They used to be in play proportions, believe it or not, when those big Westleys used to come through. A few flatties starting to stir. That water temperature is spiking up early this year. Neil and also Mick went up towards Tillagary there in the back of the racks there, thought they'd have a crack at a flatty. They had 15.5 degree water, I believe, and the flatties were right up in the shallows. They said any of those 3-inch plastics in that neutral colour, white, did really, really well. They got some nice fish, close to 60 centimetres, so good fishing in August for this time of year. So if you're keen on doing that this weekend, it'd be worth running up on that incoming tide. They said the high tide was the key to it. That water's slightly warmer and those fish right up in the shallows. So some flatties about. Down on the wall, the break walls, both Nelson Bay and the Anchorage, those Ludrick are still there. So if you're keen on doing that. A few brim down there, although they've been a little bit skittish. I think that clearer water's certainly hurting them a little bit. And I believe that there's more brim further up in the back of the bay, in around the oyster racks up that way. If you're keen on chasing your brim, I should say. A few silver trevally down there. The young lads, young KO, they've been catching the silver trevally down there. Some absolute crackers as well, so doing pretty well. Also estuary perch around the marina as well. So boys have been nailing estuary perch. I know I gave a sample of those new Crush City prawns to one of the lads, and they were catching estuary perch on them. The good thing is they're letting those fish go. So they are a resident fish. They can be hard to catch, but they are letting them go, which is really good. So that's the bay in a nutshell. Some really good fishing in the bay at the moment. Now, off the rocks and off the beaches, but mainly the rocks, there's still longtails off the rocks, but the sharks are a problem at Tomaree at the moment, so some late season longtails. There's plenty of good fishing off the rocks, although we've had no real swell this week. It's dead as a doornail on the swell front. There still has been brim and drummer in the washes and plenty of ludger, especially down off Cemetery Point. Some good tailor off the points as well, so Cemetery Point, 1 Mile Point, Boat Harbour on that southern side of Boat Harbour, some good tailor and salmon in the mix there as well. So just need a little bit of swell to jack up, and the wash fishing should be good. That's what I've got to do later, washing. The wash fishing should be pretty good in around the rocks and places like that, but we just need that swell to lift a little bit to get it producing. Can go and catch blue groper in this calmer water, so there's been some big blue groper around. I've seen some photos, some crackers being released during the week. On the beaches, plenty of salmon on the beaches now. They're not in massive schools, but they are plenty there. I know a lot of guys have been spinning up on Fingal Spit there getting some really nice fish there. Some good mulloway around. Steve nailed an absolute cracker during the week, so some good mulloway on the beach. It's good to see some winter mulloway around. So definitely keen on doing that if you want to go and throw some baits in, or furthermore some plastics off the beaches. Even some hard bodies doing really well there around the local beaches, that's for sure, especially down Samurai, around Middle Rock there. Some good mulloway through that country, that's for sure. Now on the offshore scene, some good stacker around. That water is clear though, but there have been a few fish in the shallows early and late. If you get a good burley trail going first light and last light, you will tempt those bigger reds onto some baits as well. Soft plastic fishing, gonna have to do it early or late, just those low light levels with that clearer water. If not, go into that deeper water, throw some bigger plastics down, or get some of our buku and things like that, and fish that deeper water. You should do pretty well. Still being some good trag around, believe it or not. So water's about 18, 19 degrees. So some good trag around, especially up the Big Gibber there. Some good trag up that way. The outer 21, and then down off the outer Uralla, places like that, you'll get a few trag. At the moment, in the washes, there's still plenty of bonito around in the washes. Incredible this time of year, lots of bonito. If you want to go for a troll, there's plenty of tailor as well, especially around the front of Boxy there. You'll get some good tailor on the troll there, especially at first light. So some smaller hard bodies will do the trick there. So that sort of fishing on the close reefs has been pretty good at the moment. The big news though, yellowfin. Plenty yellowfin on the shelf this week. I know some boys that managed to get out Wednesday and they said it was just insane. Not big fish, 20 to 30 kilos, but plenty of them there. So our Pro Fiji shipment should arrive today. Hopefully. We've just been hounded for Pro Fijis. Can't stop rigging those. But we've also got some really nice strata. In the hard bodies have been doing really well on the yellowfin as well. We've got plenty of bullets there as well. So I know some guys have been putting 5 different lures out. All 5 have been going off. You just got to find the fish. At the moment, anywhere from that 3250 to the east there, 250 to 300 metres of water. Down to the south, I've even heard of them right down on the Newcastle Canyons there. So just look at a temp break, but the fish have been there. Like I said, during the week, some guys throwing stick baits had fish blowing up. So plenty of good fish there. There was one particular gentleman I spoke to, lost a fish right at the side of the boat that he put that was up there. So bigger than those smaller fish that are being around. So there are some beauties out there. And there's striped marlin there as well. So if you come back on the inside of the shelf, there's been pilchard schools there, gannets diving in. There's been striped marlin into the pilchards there. So it's an amazing winter, and we do have an amazing fishery as well. Now, just quickly, the wind farm, not going to go too much on it, but we do have a petition in the shop here. You need to sign it. If you love your offshore fishing, you really need to sign that petition, because, to be honest with you, the government is screwing us over, and we need that petition signed. So come into the store. I'm happy to fill it out for you, whatever you need to do, but we've got 2 full pages now. So the locals really getting behind it, and out-of-towners as well. So we really appreciate it. Anyway, that's it for this week. Come in store this weekend if you're not fishing, because we've got plenty of new tackle on the shelves.